Blood Shinobi here, and I know it's been a little while, I haven't been really on, but here's what if Naruto was neglected and had multiple Kekkai Genkai, part 4. Now we've determined the ships and his Kekkai Genkai, they will start to process through the next couple of parts. So this one, the one's Storm and Dark release, I'll try and get them in the next couple of parts, and this one will bring one of his ships. Yes, it's basically a harem. Well, it is because he's got Miku, Mei's daughter, Ino, Tamari, and Karin. Now, if you don't want that, tell me, and I can arrange that. But since everyone's divided on those 4 people-ish, I've decided I'll go with them. So, here's the intro, and here's the what if.
We turn into ashes, when do we burn away? Used to be oh so close, now I see you.
Naruto sat down in his clan compound, in his main house. His compound is, about the size of, I don't know. He's a little clan, about 10 houses. And his clan is called the Hakare clan. They are, everyone says once they get more members, and definitely Naruto's kids, it will be a prominent clan. A clan that everyone in the village would like to acknowledge. Then there is the 4th Hokage, his wife, kids, Jiraiya and Tsunade. They had rejected Naruto, but if they had taken Naruto with them, they would have known that Naruto is, probably stronger than the Kubi spoiled brats. But it's been a while since anyone's seen them, so, what's going on with them is what happens with them. Naruto had rested his head down. He is thinking about the past couple of days. Rock Lee, about a week and a half ago, had recently joined him and Guy's training sessions to become, because he can't access his chakra. So he can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu. So he needs to learn taijutsu. So once Naruto found him sulking on the table because everyone in his clan had called him a dope, a weakling, and a piece of trash because he, couldn't access chakra and told him he could never become a shinobi. Naruto had found him after school one day, the academy, when he went to go, his clan did, and then told him about Guy and Shizune and how that Guy's a taijutsu master and a powerful shinobi. So the next day, instead of going to class, because the instructor at the school, at the academy, would have liked that even better, just marked him as here because he doesn't care where he is. He hopes he's dead. He wouldn't want a weak ninja like him around. He says it's something about dishonoring shinobi and being weak. But for the past week and a half, Naruto and Guy had trained Rock Lee for about 12 hours straight. Early access, really early in the morning with, a lot of training. A lot of strength building, speed building, and all that type of training that not even a Chunin should be doing. But Rock Lee is managing, not really, but still, he is improving. He has unlocked the first and almost probably the second gate. Has access to him at least. Naruto and Guy like the way that Rock Lee's coming, but he's gonna have to go back to the academy in a couple of weeks and show how much of a taijutsu master he is compared to everyone else there, which is what Naruto hopes Rock Lee does. Naruto is thinking about, the other day in the council room, the letter they had gotten from the 4th Hokage. Every 2 months they get a progress on their, the kids' progress. Naruto was just, thinking to himself about what had happened. It said stuff about his 3 kids, the clan has, and how they're coming along with their training. And then you get one from Kushina. She says they kind of snuck up brats. Well, the first two. The ones that have half the QB sealed inside of them. One of them is okay, the other one's just damn right snuck up. But Minato says, because she's the one doing their personality, he's the one doing their training. He says they're coming along, they've recently just got this slug and toad summoning contract. They've learnt the Haraishin, well, they're being taught stealing. He says he might teach them the Haraishin before they come back. He also says they know Shadow Clone, the Rasengan, and they can do it one-handed. But not really. It takes about a minute and a half to, well, fully have a Rasengan in their hand. But with a clone, it's almost instantaneously. The taijutsu is about getting, maybe tuning. One is learning kenjutsu, one is learning bows, and the other one is learning, well, just using trench knives. Naruto, when he heard that, had just smirked. He's learning all three of them, and he's proficient with them. Danzo, on the other hand, he likes the way that Naruto's coming along. He says that he'll make a fine Anbu, and probably the strongest ninja known to man. But everyone else in the council just doesn't care. Naruto is known throughout the whole village, and if he became an Anbu, or Reed, someone would know it's up. Because everyone loves in the morning the wake up call. Naruto had decided to do some stupid thing, so everyone wakes up. Well, civilians wake up about 7 in the morning, and if they're not up, it's a stupid alarm that rings throughout all the houses. Naruto had kind of created this in a way, but no one knows how. He's some way or somehow just decided to have a box or little object that no one can see, and he used it to wake everyone up. It's a loud bang sound and it lets out chakra every morning, killing intent that wakes them up. But for the shinobis, it's just different. He has one that wakes up them at clan heirs are waking up at 6, and then their kids are up at 6:30. He says it builds character, and all shinobis are up at 6:15 in the morning. Naruto is just casually falling asleep, and then he recalls to yesterday's meeting. It is about the Hikari clan, and it's about more kekkie genkai that they could find in Naruto. Naruto says one way or another he'll figure this stuff out, and if he has more kekkie genkai that are yet to be explored, he will bring them. Naruto just fell asleep, thinking to himself about all the kekkie genkai that he could have. He knows he has something that's kind of like Dark and Storm kekkie genkai, but he's Naruto. He doesn't really care right now. But then there's one thing that came to his mind. They said something about putting him in the CRA. He doesn't know what that is, but from what Shikaku said, he didn't look a bit happy. Something about forcing him to sleep with more than one girl, and not having a proper relationship just to build up a clan. He could just find more clan members to, set it up, have a full clan like that. But the civilian council said it would be good, and they all agree that it would be good to have a powerful clan. But really, Naruto doesn't know what it is, so he can't sign off on it yet. So yeah, also, since it's gonna be a ship, along with Karin, Tamari, and Miku, May's daughter, so yeah, I'll bring in one of them, and also give me some more people who should join the CRA, well not CRA, Hikari clan. So that's all for that, but let's get back into it. Naruto was awake at 5 in the morning. He was going to report to Hiruzen's office, just wait until some shinobi arrived. He likes doing this every morning when the early risers get up there. Naruto walked over to Hiruzen's office and sat down in the Hokage chair. As Hiruzen walked in, still trying to take my seat, aren't we? Said Hiruzen. Naruto just shrugged his shoulders. I don't know what you mean. I'm just here waiting for the rest of the ninjas who early risers to get their mission, said Naruto. Hiruzen just smirked at this. Well then, said Hiruzen. Hiruzen chucked Naruto a headband and a mask. Put these on. I'll be sending you on a mission that's of high importance. I want to test out your skills in the actual battle. Not in training and not in spars. But you gotta wait. An hour later, Naruto was sitting there in, well, a vest, with a headband, with his bow in hand, and his trench knives at the ready, and his katana sealed up. In walked Shikaku, Fugaku, Itachi, Shisui, and Kakashi, and they all saw Naruto. Ah, so is Naruto the one that you told us that you would get on this mission? Of high importance, said Shikaku. Yes, Uchiha Masaruka and coup d'etat is not going through, because Naruto has helped them get over their hate. Naruto just smiled at them. Hey guys, what's up? I just got told about this like an hour ago, said Naruto. What is our mission? Asked Shikaku. Hiruzen just stood up and took a puff of his pipe. Well, you'll be going to help the rebellion in the Hidden Mist village. Why? Because they have asked for help a couple years ago, but now they said they can't. They need Yagura dead before they lose all of their kekkie genkai users in the bloodline. He needs to be stopped at any cost. If you need to seal it, unseal the tailed beast, do it. If you need to plunge your sword through his heart, do it. Whatever you do, make sure this civil war in the mist is stopped. The Muso Cage, well, the one that will become Muso Cage after Yagura, or if Yagura stays in position, one way or another, this one side would get members from the other. I'm pretty sure that Yagura, once he was informed that, well, the rebellion was having us come, I had a, spy can't tell me the other day, before he died, that Kumai was helping them. They have one of the Jinchuriki there. I think it's B, but I don't know yet. So whatever you do, make sure you kill Yagura and try not start a war with Kumo, said Hiruzen. Anything else we need to know? Asked Shikaku. Yes, said Hiruzen. What else do we need to know? Since you didn't say, asked Shikaku. Oh, so, I sent a bunch of Ambu with a ton of sealing scrolls to take weapons and some scrolls on sealing to them to help them out in the war. Well, a couple of months ago, and they never returned. I have my suspicion that Kumo is, well, around the borders and making sure no ninjas get in or get out. I hope they got in with their weapons. If not, Yagura has them. So be prepared. Also, I think that not just Kumo, but some other villagers are helping them. And we aren't got any idea. So please, whatever you do, don't start a war, said Hiruzen. Yes, all of them agreed at once. When do we leave? Asked Shikaku. Now, said Hiruzen. And they all nodded, and they all walked out the gate. After walking for about 3 days and taking a boat, they finally arrived at the land Hidden Mist, well, just outside of the village. They needed to know where the rebellion is, but they had no idea. They're just going to storm in and try and fight Yagura, if they can. Once they step through the village, a ton of Kuma ninja and Mist ninja surround all of them. Naruto grabs a hold of his bow, and the black chakra starts to surround it. Naruto starts swinging his bow around like he normally would with a bow, and he had it prepared to attack. Shikaku had his hands down to use his shadow possession jutsu. Fugaku activated his Mangekyo Sharingan. Kakashi just stood there reading his book. Itachi and Shisui, well, they were just with their 3 Tomoe Sharingan ready. They all were about to charge, but then some girl, she walked out and started to laugh. Huh, huh, you think you can take on a Jinchuriki? One from Kumo, a perfect Jinchuriki. In that, said the blonde chick. Naruto just nodded. He could, but inside of the girl, she was talking to the Two Tails. Yes, it's Yugito. What is it? Asked Yugito. That chakra. Don't go after the boy with the bow staff. Whoever he is not someone that you want to take lightly. His power, it is stronger than the Matabe, the two tails, couldn't respond as Yugato charged up into her full tails state, her two tails state. The cat, Yugato, in her, two tails form, charged at Naruto. She was told not to attack the guy with the bow, but she did it just because she was told not to, because she's rash like that. Naruto held the bow out, and as soon as she touched him, the bow absorbed his chakra. He sent his trench knives at her, cutting her tail in half, or chakra tail, and it wasn't respawning. She was losing control of the two tails. Naruto appeared with his katana and sliced it. It was engulfed in its chakra, and it gave her a scar on her left cheek. She had no chakra now, because every time Naruto had chucked or hit her with his blades, the chakra from it was being absorbed. Naruto knew that that's what his blades could do. His bow absorbs more chakra than anything, but it's not very good for absorbing, Jinchuriki chakra. That is what his trench knives are for. And then his sword is to, steal their chakra, but at the same time, leave a cut and bruise on them. For Jinchuriki. Anyone else, it just, absorbs the chakra. Yugato had collapsed to the ground unconscious in a matter of seconds. She had no chakra, it had all been absorbed. And once she had gone out of her two-tail state, Naruto just held his bow on her, absorbing all of her chakra. And by the time he had done absorbing all of her chakra, leaving her unconscious, everyone else was done with what they were sent on. Naruto just chuckled at this. "Let's go," said Shikaki. Shisui and Itachi, they knew that Naruto was strong, but this is what the Hakara clan can produce? They don't know what else, what a clan of more than one of them could do. How powerful would they be? And if they're from other clans, would they have those powers as well? Their clan would be unstoppable. They would be the destruction of the ninja world, just with one of them being stronger than a Jinchuriki in its perfect state. They don't know what to think. Naruto just continued walking. He knew that Shikaku and Fugaku and Kakashi knew of his abilities, but Itachi and Shisui don't really see Naruto much, so they don't really know his full extent of his abilities. So he needs to progress his ability more, and he's lucky he even did the two tails. He thought it would have done what it did before. He had test dummied it on. He got into a fight with some Jinchuriki a while back. There's 7 tails, and it didn't work. He couldn't absorb the chakra fully, and she didn't beat him, but at the same time, she didn't win. It was for them to form their, treaty. Naruto, they needed to see how their Jinchuriki can do against someone that is high up. So they know how strong she needs to be. And Naruto, this is when Naruto had unlocked his ability. He had charged at her, and she started to lose her chakra. She didn't know why, but she shouted out, "What are you doing to drain my chakra?" That is how Naruto found out about that ability. It's about a year ago. So Naruto had made sure he had perfected it, or tried to. And he knew he could probably do the one tails. It depends, but he doesn't know yet. Naruto continued walking through, and as soon as they walked through the mist into the village, Mizukage Tower, they were standing outside the 6 tails Jinchuriki and the 3 tails Jinchuriki. Yagura was inside. Yutaka, I think that his name was. But no one knows the 6 tails Jinchuriki. It was just a random shinobi that it was put inside of. One of abilities that no one knows. Naruto just stood there. He knows that this is the 6 tails Jinchuriki. Saikon inside of his mind. Whatever you do, attack him at full force. He's the one that defeated the Two Towers. He needs to be destroyed now. That power inside of him is stronger than... And he didn't finish as well, as he was out... The shinobi that had him inside of him did what he could and charged at Naruto. Naruto dodged and hit him in the back of the head using his bow staff. He sent his trench knife at him, slicing his cheek, and had taken some of his chakra. Naruto held his bow at the back of his neck, draining his chakra. There was Naruto. Yes, he thought he would get away, but then he noticed that Fugaku was using his Itachi was using his Mangekyo Sharingan, the Tsukunomi. He was inside of the Tsukunomi. Naruto was draining his chakra. As soon as he did, a tail beast bomb exploded and blew up the Misokage Tower. Naruto jumped away, as well as all of them. But Naruto was probably the most luckiest one to get away. He had jumped and absorbed the chakra that was coming near him. He then saw that Shikaku, was on the ground in his Susanoo. Same as Shisui and Itachi. But they had only used it after it had been sent and hit the building so they would survive the crash. Kakashi landed on his back using the water wall and slowly went down. Then there was Shikaku, who just fell down and probably broke a couple of ribs. Naruto had jumped as soon as he had heard it. He had landed on the ground. He could see off in the distance a bunch of ninja, probably Miss Ninja, but they weren't wearing headband. The rebels. Over in the rebel camp. May, something's going on. They, I think Konoha's attacking. Yagura, they should have came to us first, said Ao. Ao, calm down. We didn't tell them where our base was, so they probably went there to go see where we were, but they will probably stopped, and now they're fighting. So whatever we do, we should go fight as well, said May. Ao nodded. All of you's ready, said Ao. They all started charging into the village. Back with Naruto. He had landed on his foot, and when he landed, he heard a crack. He looked down to see that his foot was twisted all different ways. It was kind of broken or sprained or something, but it was not normal. It was kind of deformed. Naruto twisted his leg back and used mystical palm jutsu, the healing technique that he was taught by Shizune not long ago. Naruto was healing his hands. As soon as Yagura jumped down, he was, not jumped down, no, but Azubo, a full three tails, was there. And he was charging up another tailed beast bomb. I'm gonna have to do it. Shisui jumped in front of the tailed beast bomb to save Naruto. The Hikari clan needs to go on. Us other clans are insignificant to use. Fugaku nodded. Itachi knew this. They were doing their mission and they had to see it through to protect an alliance that could help the village. Shisui was going to die. He jumped in front of the tailed beast bomb and it exploded. But as soon as it exploded, there was Naruto. Shisui was still alive. He should have used his Susanoo. He hadn't thought about it. But Naruto had used his katana. He had used everything he possibly could. He had about 10 clones. They all stood there. One of them had a barrier around Shisui, and Naruto was standing there. He had cut the tailed beast bomb in half of its chakra and collapsed. This is when Yagura thought it was smart to, jump down. He thought that the threat had been taken care of. But as soon as he was out of his form, Naruto had used the 5 elemental seal. I think it is the one that Orochimaru used on Naruto in the Chunin exams to disrupt his chakra. Naruto knocked out Yagura by hitting him in the back of the head using the bow. Okay, 2 days later, Ozobo was seen, he had been unsealed and left in a lake near the Hidden Mist. Naruto, over the past couple of days, after he had sealed it, had met the future Mizo Cage, and is staying here for about 2 weeks to help rebuild the hidden mist. And also, the Mizo Cage thought it was nice for Naruto to meet her daughter, Mikyu, and said that if he ever to set this alliance properly, it needs to be a marriage alliance. She said that Naruto will end up marrying her daughter, even if he doesn't want to. And that is where we leave it off. So yes, Naruto is being forced to marry her, but at the same time, he's getting to know her. So you don't know how he's going to be. But so yeah, that's where we leave it off for. But peace for now, have fun. I hope this part was actually nice.